Welcome in. It's
Hey,
Salty Spitoonz TV Week 3, Episode 3 with your commish and your Kokamish. Say hi, Kokamish.
what's up, people?
Yeah,
Hello,
so we
fellow
got
kids.
something. Hello, kids. So we got something new for all this week. We're gonna start it off with a new segment, something fun, something for the watchers to enjoy. As you notice, we have a nice little slideshow popping up. You got some Jalen, Travi, JJ, and Eckler. That has nothing to do with this. I'm just pointing out how this looks really cool. So we're gonna start off with a guess who game. So I'm gonna give your Kokamish three three tries to dwindle down this list here of the 10 managers. So we're just gonna run through it, and then at the end of it, you'll have this guess, and then from there, I will reveal who the actual guess who was. So we'll start it off with you.
Bro, don't let me
What's your
get
first
comfortable.
question?
Don't let me get comfortable. All right, so let's see. My first question would be, and am I asking about the team and the manager or like league history? What is fair game for my question?
Anything goes. Just don't complicate my
And-
life.
Okay, anything goes. Has
Yeah.
has this person ever won a championship in this league's history?
This person has not won a championship in the history. And are we including?
Anna,
No,
yes.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, we are. Okay.
Yeah.
So eliminating this. Whoops. Eliminating. This
Rough
one doesn't
day?
really
You give
count.
her a big X.
uh,
Okay. So
okay,
that's
so that's three.
that's okay,
So they
that
have
tracks.
not won the person has not won a chip.
Does this person have a win in Spitoonz this season?
The person, let's see, does have a win in the Spitoons, so that would eliminate
You
me.
and Richmond.
Damn, he felt that. Okay. And then
Shit. Third guess. Third question, and then I get the guess. That didn't eliminate how many I wanted it the other way. Then I would have
two
only had you
guesses.
two
So
left.
this is going to be your final guess.
What do these people have in common? Did this team
Hmm.
score over 125 points last week?
Over 125 points. Ooh, that's a good one. So currently, Savage did. I'm just going in order.
Yep.
Tony did, which you already eliminated. Uh, Coolero did not, so
Okay,
they
so
are out. So
this
so
team
they
did
so
score.
so this team did score above 125.
Okay.
Diego did not. Damn.
Okay, got it down to
J
three.
Molly did, and then Little Chubb did as well. Yes. So this team did score over 125, and then that's your third guess.
Yeah,
Who are you choosing?
I needed another one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to meta game here. I'm gonna go Savage Dav. I think you put Savage Dav in
Let's see.
because it's a
Did
hot
I?
topic. God
Ding ding
damn
ding ding
right.
ding 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 ding.
Do I know my commish
Damn.
or what? Do I know my commish?
Jeez.
Let's go. Look at that picture. 10 out of 10.
Looking cute as fuck. All right, let's go. Next one, gonna clear this board. Annotate, clear all drawings, and then I think we're ready. What's your first guess?
Okay, I won't use the same questions either because that's
Yeah.
cheese. Um, did this person have a top 10 fantasy finish across all positions last week?
Jeez. Okay, last week, correct?
Week two, I should say.
Yeah. So week 2, we go to players, leaders, week 2 stats, and then the week 2 stats leader. So the highest being Daniel Jones, correct? You looking at the same thing I am?
Yes. Daniel
Okay.
Jones through Raheem Mostert.
Yeah. Just gotta call it out.
Yeah. Top 10, baby.
So this person did have a top 10 player. This is throughout every single position, correct?
Okay, so scratch Mescal off. He didn't have a top 10.
Mescal
Scratch,
Pappy.
scratch you off. You didn't have a top 10.
Don't point it out, bro.
I got to. I'm trying to win the game. Jay Moley did not.
J. Molly did not.
Diego did. Diego did. So leave that
Diego
alone.
did.
Did Anna did. Calero
Shout
did.
out to Mike Evans. Savage did. Culero
I did. Okay, that's that one. That's not bad. Three gone is not bad.
Damn. Why am I in the same group as Mescal and J. Molly? What the fuck? I don't like that.
You're in the same company as the champ.
All right. Next question. Next question.
Let's see. What's a good one? I'm gonna go weekly report for week 2.
All right. Bust that out.
Is this manager mentioned in the league awards section?
The league awards.
So most efficient, underachiever, overachiever, that section. Are they listed there?
Jeez, y'all talk too much. Okay, let's go to weekly report and the league awards, correct?
League awards.
This manager is not mentioned in the league awards.
Oh, I think I got this.
Yeah. So Anna's out. J. Molly's out. Diego is out. A. Rojas is out. Little Chubb's in. Culero's
Culero's not mentioned.
is not mentioned. Savage is not mentioned at all. Actually, that was good, but not amazing. You still have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. 3. I'm on track. If I can get another question that scratches off 3, we are where we want to be.
Question number 3.
Chubb, Culero, rookie, Savage, Chubb. Does this person have more than 72 fab
Oh, that's a good one.
left over?
More than 72 fab. So this
I did the math wrong. I did the wrong.
No, final.
Come on, give me. I meant more than 73. I meant whatever little Chubb had. 73. Does he have more than 73?
Yes, he does have more than 73.
Okay, cool. So scratch out Chubb. Is scratch out. I think Culero has less too.
Chubb and then Culero. So that leaves with 2.
And I know you didn't go back to back Savage Dad, baby. Show me Ricky with a dookie.
I honestly was like, shit, I should have doubled it.
What if we just only do Savage Dab for all 3?
Legit. All right, let me clear the board. This is the final
baby.
one.
I'm hot.
He's hot. Fire.
Okay, I'm out of questions though. That was my better.
Wasted your good ones.
Figure something out here. Oh,
cannot repeat.
Cannot repeat.
You can use their icons.
Feel free to overrule me if this is too much work. But the question is going to be: did they play 2 quarterbacks last week?
They played 2 quarterbacks? Wait, what? There's managers that didn't?
I think so. Oh shit.
I think everybody did, right? Who wouldn't?
I honestly, I kind of forgot. We're gonna burn that question. I fucked up. I'm gonna eat that one. I'm gonna eat that one. You're right. I didn't even think about it. I'm panicking trying to think of a good question.
Doesn't have to be that great. I mean, technically, Mescal played some trashy ass quarterback that can't even be considered a quarterback. No.
Does this manager have a player in IR?
Oh. Let me verify. And I believe the answer is yes. They currently have a player in IR.
Okay, so who doesn't? Damn, I really was hoping it would go the other way because that would have been an auto win.
So Chubby,
rookie
oh yeah, rookie.
does not.
Yeah, that would have eliminated a good amount.
Mescal does not.
Mescal does not. Oh, it must be nice.
And that's it. Damn, if I would have got it down to 50-50. Okay. All right. All right.
So now you have one last guess. Make it good. I'll even give you if it's a girl on the league.
I was gonna ask that. I on everything I was, but I'm not going to. Does this person have themselves in their profile picture?
Okay. This person does not.
Okay, and we're talking about the pictures on screen right now, or the ones in the sleeper chat?
The picture's on screen right now. Let's see.
They're slightly different because I couldn't pull the
Let's
ones in
do on sleeper chat because I think there's more people with pictures.
Okay,
on a sleeper chat,
and they still do not have themselves.
They
in the
still
picture.
do not. Yes.
So take out me, take out you, take out Anna, take out Josh.
I should have done this smaller.
That would have been fine too. Okay, I got it down to 3. That's a pretty reasonable amount. I think you're going to go for somebody who we know always watches the show,
maybe not.
Always comments about the show. Give me Diego. Show him some love for that, for watching as religiously as he does.
Woo! Ding, 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 ding. Damn. 3 for 3. Damn.
I got as many questions right as I'm going to have chips at the end of the year.
Congrats, fucking Rojas. You're co-commish. Damn, we hang out too much.
Nah, bro, it's that psychology, bro. I just be thinking about how you be thinking.
I mean, clearly. All right. And then I guess we can go into the next section. Well, let me clear the board. Clearing all drawings. And then we can just move on now into the next segment. What you've all been wanting to see since last week. I mean, who really would need these release rankings when you have the power rankings? So yeah, I mean, you guys can see it here. I mean, instead of an unveiling, you'll see these last week's rankings. You had Ana, Culero, Diego Savage, Rookie, and Chubb. A couple movers. You're going to see Savage Dab go up 1 spot. Still might say he's underrated, but Culero just ended up facing a really strong opponent. Still had 120 points. Can't fault him for that. Congrats, Savage Dab, on being 2-0. But we'll see with this week. If you pull off the upset, maybe moves up to the number 1 spot. Chubb moving up 2 spots. Definitely a convincing win compared to last week. Barely easing by. This one was way more convincing. And then you have 2 managers coming in. Your co-commish and Jay Moley moving into numbers 5 and 6, with each having a convincing win. Josh actually performing unlike the first week. And I mean, that just definitely has to deal with Joe Burrow's connection with T. Higgins. And I think he had T. Higgins, which kind of went off. And yeah. So that's your rankings. What's your
Can we get to the Poppy because this one's busted? I should be number one, but
Let's move
whatever.
on
I mean, I guess
to
I guess
the
you can have
Poppy.
I guess you can have the three people who are undefeated above me. I guess.
I
Culero though is
guess.
wild. Culero's wild
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I mean, I don't keep him up there. It was a loss, but I don't think if he consistently scores that amount of points, I believe he deserves that number 2 ranking, even with
You
the loss. It was
you just don't want him to feel bad because because you don't want him to call you a brujo next.
look, I called him a pretender 2 weeks ago,
That's
and that
fair.
Brew had his team. Like,
You owe it
gotta
to him.
make him feel a little too.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
So this is the Poppy. Gonna run by it real quick. Just note at the
Also broken.
beginning, also broken according to A. Rojas, who helped him out, because I believe A. Rojas should be number 1 in the Poppy.
Thank you.
After this 176 points. This made you like what, number 3 in our all-time standings,
One,
based
two,
on
one.
that sprint.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. I think.
Yeah.
Didn't check that, but whatever.
So, so in terms of the Pappy, it seems like A. Rojas has moved up 5 spots, Jay Moley has moved up 1 spot, and then Culero's moved on 2, Savage down 2, Diego 1, Rookie 1, Little Chubb went up 1, and Mescal went down by 1, which is interesting because I wonder how much weight is really going into how many points they've scored. Obviously, we might have to have that special guest of Mescal Pappy to kind of explain himself.
Let's get him on. I can speak a little bit to some of the theory behind the Poppy. I can't tell you exactly what percentage is what because he came up with the scale. But things that the Poppy considers are how well does your team score? What's the upside with like max PF? How lucky or unlucky were you relative to the way that the league scored on average? It factors in how efficient you are as a manager. So those are a lot of things that are weighted differently throughout the Poppy. It's really comprehensive, So Anna having such a high Poppy is an indicator that her team scores. It has high upside. She hasn't had cupcake matchups and she still wins. That's why hers is that high up. Everybody below that and in those groups is because they're lacking severely in one of those areas. So either they're lucky, they haven't scored a lot, or what have you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, call BS on that cool kid being last, but I mean, my team's gonna have to show up. Either way,
Poppy does not factor in the bench.
Exactly, that's some bullshit. But that is the Pappy. Send your complaints to your Kokamish, who will then proceed to give them to Mescal. All right, so matchups and pick'em. This one's going to be short, sweet. Mines are here. I think
my changes didn't save.
A-Ross changes didn't save. But I guess you'll be seeing them live as we go. So in terms of matchups and pick'em, you have Cool Kid versus Rookie. I personally have myself just because Rookie, sorry, bro. Welcome to fantasy football. Injuries happen, and Chubb going down. We're sorry, but shit happens. So that's the fun thing about football. Our fantasy football is like you're gonna have to make sure you have that depth to cover your ass in case of injury. So let's see what happens there. But currently, with Nick Chubb being out, I think I have the slight edge there over Rookie, and that's why I had to choose myself. Who do you have in that matchup?
Also, you, and for behind the curtains, we're recording this on Tuesday. Like half of his team is like questionable to play. So if I can't in confidence pick him because I don't know that he's going to field the full starting lineup unless some of these guys practice. But yeah, cool kid.
Okay. All right, second matchup. But this is always the most fun one to watch. There's a lot of shit talking. Interesting enough, it's been pretty quiet. There's always something going on. It's only Tuesday. I mean, something always goes on between Jay Moley and A. Rojas matchup. I got to give it to A. Rojas. I mean, it's going to be a close one, and it'll be a gruesome one. Like it'll be an interesting one because I think both y'all's teams are definitely high movers on our power rankings, and I think in the Pappy as well. I think Jay Moley's underrated there, and it's going to be a scary one. I think y'all both have sleeper teams. I mean, yours showed out, but I think Jay Molly also has a sleeper team that can make it high in the playoffs. And I got to give it to your team just because of the track record. Since I mean, I believe going back since the beginning
the
of
history
time,
of ever. Yeah.
you've been you're currently up, I think, on that matchup, which is something maybe we
I
should
think undefeated
take
still.
them.
Yeah, in this league he hasn't beaten me. In another league,
Oh,
it was across all leagues. Josh has
yeah.
never beaten me, but
So
last
then,
season
is
he
it
beat me
really a
in.
rivalry?
It's
I guess.
I don't think it is, but Josh be in his feelings sometimes probably. So
Yeah.
I will welcome all challengers, but as history indicates, and you guys know I'm big on history. I'm big on
Yeah, yeah.
championship history. I'm big on scoring history. I'm big on win history. So I'm picking me. I have no reason to believe otherwise.
Yeah, Ross, I mean, you're definitely projected to take that. Okay, so the next one, you got Diego Little and an undefeated Little Chubb. Who saw that coming? Not me. Legit.
Neither, neither.
He's been perform. I mean, he sucked week one, but barely edged me by, and then the next week comes in with a fucking performance to beat out Coolero, who's also high up in those rankings. And it'll be an interesting matchup. Diego has some interesting pieces. Will Najee finally show up? Is Evans really going to do that again? He's really relying on Baker Mayfield. Will Trevor Lawrence make a comeback? Is Justin Fields real? I think Diego has a lot of question marks, and that's why I got to give it to Little Chubb. What about you? Who you got?
I am also going Little Chubb. We are step for step on the same stuff. So I am on the same tip that like the matchups for Little Chubb are pretty favorable. I like Stevenson against the Jets because you can run on the Jets. I like Diggs against Washington. Washington, they can't stop a nosebleed right now. DJ Moore, I don't love. I think that's his receivers after Diggs are where I would be concerned for
Yeah, it's a
him.
little questionable for sure.
But if I'm trying to pick those guys or like Mike Evans going against Darius Slay, that's a tough matchup to beat. Calvin Ridley against Derek Stingley, but also the choo-choo train or roller coaster, whatever you want to call it, of like what's happening with the Jaguars receivers is pretty rough too. So I'm worried about those guys. So I'm also going with Chubb.
Yeah. Next up, you got Cousins. You got the Cousin Bowl right now, and it'll be a fun one to watch. You got 1-1 Puleto. You have 0-2 Mezcal Papi. It's not as interesting of a matchup. It is going to be close, and it will actually say whether Puleto is, let's say, a slightly above average team. I think this will definitely make or break it because I think he has a decent team. It's just, can you really rely on DeAndre Swift? Is he him? Are they really going to be giving him the ball as much? And Mezcal Papi, after losing Aaron Rodgers, he's having to play Ezekiel Elliott after losing Cam Akers. It's a little rough for Mezcal. He does have some matchups that could sling his way, but I got to give it to Coletto. I think he's easily going to take him, going to take this W, and I don't really see a chance for Mezcal to come up, especially right now that A. Richardson is. I mean, as we're recording, it doesn't seem like he's going to be coming back for this week.
That's exactly where I'm at too. Potentially no A. Rich. You already lost Rodgers. You're going to have to play Mac Jones against the Jets. The Jets can get pressure on the quarterback. So he's going to be running for his life. And then also Bryce Young has been struggling so far. It's not a good offense, not good pass catchers. He's going to be severely disadvantaged at quarterback, and that's the highest yielding position. So I'm also going Calero.
Yeah, he basically got a bye week this. And then finally, I'll let you introduce it. It's the
matchup of the week,
Davila Bowl. I'll let you explain it. Like, we need more dramaticism on this one. More hype.
I'll try, man. You can't beat the GOAT. You can't follow up the GOAT. But I will say, we're talking Davila Bowl. They're already chirping. We're talking about will the older sibling prove once that wisdom is key, or the young hotness, is he ready to come in, take her off of number one on the poll, and maybe assert himself into the conversation? So that's the context we got here. We're talking about some good matchups on both sides of the ball. We got CMC against the Giants. They can't stop shit. We got Tony Pollard against the Arizona Cardinals. They can't stop shit. We're talking about big time players like Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, going up against teams that don't have strong cornerbacks, or at least not two good cornerbacks. Because when you think about the Dolphins, you got to have one for Hill, one for Waddle. So I like matchups all up and down both sides of this. So really, where the tiebreaker for me is going to end up going is, again, at the quarterback position. So if we're thinking about like what game script I think is going to happen, I think the Niners and the Miami Dolphins get up early and they don't have to pass as much. Yeah. I think the Browns and the Broncos are going to be trailing, and so they're going to have to pass to get back into the game. Everything else is almost a pick 'em, like a push at every other position. So that slight edge, I'm going Savage Dav. What about you?
Damn. I see that. But I do believe Brock Purdy is going to do a little bit with his legs against New York Giants. I do see Tua having to play a little bit more. I think it's going to be another shootout like last week's game that Russell Wilson had to play. I think Miami's defense not as great. So I'm going to have to go with Tex-Mex on that, dude. Like, I think it is an interesting matchup, and it's going to be definitely a fun one to watch. A lot of shit talking expected. And just a little fun fact, you got Bijan against Jahmyr Gibbs in that matchup, which is
both good matchups too.
Both good matchups in real life and in the fantasy sense, especially since Jahmyr Gibbs is potentially going to be looking at RB1 carry. So that'll be that is a little interesting caveat there. So yeah, that's about it for Salty Spitoonz TV. I think that's it. And yeah, feel free to end it for us.
Give us some feedback too, guys. Did you guys like the game up top? You want to see more stuff like that?
Yeah.
Did you guys get the Guess Who right? Otherwise, that's it from your co-commish. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.